I can't have a cup of coffee with milk. Two rules I keep for other reasons banned it by accident. The first, no caffeine after 10 in the morning, so it clears my body by night and I sleep. The second, no food before 2 in the afternoon, so the morning runs fasted and clear. One protects my sleep, the other protects my focus. Caffeine is allowed only before 10. Calories are allowed only after 2. A coffee with milk is caffeine and calories in the same cup, so it fits nowhere in my day. Black coffee at 8 works. Add milk and it breaks the fast. A latte at noon breaks both rules at once. The no-latte rule wrote itself. A mathematician named John Conway gave a grid of squares 2 rules. A living square with 2 or 3 living neighbors stays alive. A dead square with exactly 3 living neighbors comes to life. That is the game. You set the first dots and let it run. Out of those 2 rules crawl gliders that walk across the grid, guns that fire off new shapes, patterns that build copies of themselves. People have wired a working computer inside it. Conway wrote 2 lines about neighbors. He wrote nothing about the rest. A child can be born and belong to no country on earth. One country gives citizenship by soil. You belong if you're born there, whoever your parents are. Another gives it by blood. You belong if your parents are citizens, wherever you happen to be born. Each rule makes sense on its own. Now take a baby born in the blood country to parents from the soil country. The blood country counts only her parents, who are foreigners there, so it says no. The soil country counts only her birthplace, which is abroad, so it says no too. She belongs to neither. No one wrote a rule to leave her out. The gap between 2 of them did. Borrowed money is not income, so the law does not tax it. Another rule, when you die, the price you paid for your assets resets to their value that day, so the gain built over your lifetime disappears for tax. Each rule is sensible alone. Together, they add up to a rule no one ever voted for. A billionaire holds stock that has climbed for decades, borrows against it to live and never sells. No sale, no tax. At death, the gain resets and the heirs inherit it clean. A whole life of growth passes down taxed by no one. The code never wrote, "The rich need not pay." 2 honest rules wrote it in the gap. A company can be a tax resident of nowhere on earth. Ireland used to decide where a company belongs by where it is managed. The United States decides by where it is incorporated. So a company incorporated in Ireland but managed from Bermuda was Irish to Washington and Bermudan to Dublin, a resident of neither. Profit routed through it had no home, and some tax rates fell toward 0. No government voted for a 0 rate. It came from the gap between those 2 definitions, until Ireland closed it in 2015. Each of your eyes sends your brain a flat picture. The 2 pictures differ a little because your eyes sit a couple inches apart. Neither picture holds any depth. Your brain lays them over each other and reads the small gaps between them. Out of that comes depth, a 3rd dimension that sits in neither image. 2 flat views become a solid world. A grid of dots becomes a computer. 2 flat images become depth. A baby becomes stateless. A fortune escapes tax. A guy loses a latte. Each began as a few plain rules that made sense on their own. No one designed the outcomes. They emerge when simple rules stack. A few simple rules, stacked, build what no one planned. What could a few simple rules of your own produce?